Hey everyone, Daniel Boone here. Today's video features a tournament matchup against the player Chowders, running a Ramza Orlando Frederica team against my Ziza Sid Ayaka setup. Chowders is also joining me here in voice chat. Thanks for making it, man.
Thank you for having me.
So I took the time in my last video to do more in-depth play-by-play of the match, but this video we have the chance to hear Chowders' commentary as well, and I'm really excited to hear it. So let's take a moment to go over our teams before we get into the match. On my end, I'm running an evasion-based party. So with that vision card trifecta of party agility, luck, and just flat-out evasion. My Ziza is running as a thief to access the TP skills like Shadowcast, Steel Heart, Steel Vision, and even Steel Time if I need it. But also to chain with slash attackers like Sid with Snipe Dagger, which can do surprising damage coming from Ziza, who's expected to be more of a hybrid support attacker. Sid is Samurai as expected, and Ayaka is Time Mage as well. Over to you.
Okay, and I'm running a Ramza Sid Frederica team, as you mentioned. It's a pretty high agility team. All of them are in the 95 plus, 90 plus agility. I think Fred's around 102, 103. It's the win conditions for me is if you have a default position, I usually outspeed and kill 1 to 2 units in turn one. If not, then it's Frederica to ping someone and then just win by attrition.
Yeah, as we'll see here shortly. So as we're diving into the match, my initial strategy is to quickly look at my opponent's units, just to get a quick rundown on their stats and things like HP, bravery, and faith, any kind of resistances I need to look out for. So that's what I'm in the habit right now of doing this pretty quickly, and I think it's it's a good habit for everyone to practice. All right, and so going with my standard Shadowcast to build up the evade as soon as possible.
And so this turn one decision ended up haunting me to begin with. I was debating, do I sharpshoot you to force out a haste or to force out a cure instead of a haste and buy me some time, or do I just hang back and just save my and build up AP? This decision ends up haunting me later. But I bit the bullet and I figured I'd just shoot you.
Yeah, so much damage. More than I'd like to be taking at this point.
And so now it's just building up and just hanging back and trying to force and basically trying to outreach Ziza's charm.
See that aim gunblade. I'm already scared of that going into this match,
Oh yeah, I was the other cards I was running. I tried to mention I was running a max Scion for the 50% agility, a max Birth of Life for the bonus luck, and the max Odin for the unit attack resist and the Man Eater on Odin.
Yeah, so effective. Alright, so here with the Yaka, obviously the normal play is to try to haste up my Ziza as soon as possible, but here I'm forced to kind of play defensively and get her the heal back up. I want her in tip-top shape before she goes to engage. And so here I'm going with the meditation buff, just to build up AP on my side, since this tournament is non-TMR. No TMRs are used. So we have to find other ways to build AP without going for those limited turn buffs. Alright, so here, I'm not really ready to engage yet, so what I'm considering is using Chakra to kind of restore my TP back to full, as kind of a good way to pass the turn without doing nothing, since I won't actually be using CT to move at all. More often than not, I find myself running out of CT on her, and I kind of regret it.
And I'm doing the same thing, just trying to build up AP and build up for an Ultima.
Yes, that Ultima, so scary on my evasion units, especially Ziza, who is a Dark Element. That increased range, also scary. Alright, so here's where I go for that haste. And right here I'm trying to figure out just how much range I'm dealing with here with Frederica and Ramza's potential range with his skills. So I just decided to not waste any CT and just wait. Right, so stack an illusion here, and extra, like a turn ahead of my Shadowcast, and just so if I'm too busy to reapply Shadowcast in time, then I'll still have that illusion buff up for another turn. Again, checking ranges, checking the turn count, and not really committing just yet.
This is me debating how far back, because I saw the haste and I assume you're about to be moving in, and do I want to hang back a little bit more?
So here, kind of reminding myself what to look out for. I see he has Man-Eater, so I'm assuming that's the Odin. Alright, so now it's my time to engage. So my the issue here is wondering just how far to commit forward. Keeping an eye on the turn count. Here I kind of overextend myself. I shouldn't have moved the full 3 spaces there. Is it 4 spaces?
Yeah, because now you're in range of both my skills, so I have both
exactly.
my ultimate and my shut up.
So yeah, that was my first misplay this match, because it basically lets you go before I can try to save her. I think it's just in range, isn't it?
It's just in range, both of them. They're just in range.
Yeah. I think I was more worried about Frederica and kind of misjudged the distance from Ramza. It's kind of a common mistake, actually, that I can't really blame anybody for making.
I think Ramza's hard because you don't know what abilities he took to give you the move in.
Alright, so now I'm kind of like, well, I need to move my sit-up so that I can kind of present more of a threat so that my Ayaka can come in to get that full life back in.
Yeah, and in hindsight, I probably overestimated your charm range because I had Sid so far back that he can't respond.
Yeah. So here I'm trying to decide which position I want my Ayaka to be in for the full life, to kind of try to get a body block by Sid right there. But ultimately I just kind of decide to stay behind her, hoping that I can get the full life off before I get shot, and it looks like that's the case.
And this is me trying to get ready in the position to kill your Ziza when I get rezzed.
Yeah, so I'm kind of anticipating kind of like a pass after you move, just to make sure that you can react as soon as possible. Because like I can kind of see us both kind of positioning for this play that's about to happen.
Yeah, this is the Ziza play.
Just part of what's so exciting about these matches, you know?
That's the decision that haunted me. If only I had enough for another true shot.
Yeah, or maybe even just like a crit right there.
Mm.
Look at that range. It's awesome.
So Ramza has about an 80% chance to hit you at this point.
White Blade of the Dawn. So much damage on Ziza's Dark Element.
And then Sid has about a 95% chance to hit you. I'm gonna like rail about this for the rest of the month, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, so we're looking at a 95% chance to get hit right here.
At this point, I'm like, okay, this game's over.
Yeah, just like so lucky. I was pretty much after this point, I'm like, oh my god, he should have won the match right here. I'm out of that full life use. I'm time H sub job, so I can't raise anybody. So really, at this point, now it's time for my Ziza to engage with what she's good at. I know that Ramza is probably, I've already checked his Ramza to see that it's 97 faith, so he's kind of the easy charm here, and now it's time to disengage and kind of heal back up to full as much as I can. Get that body block by Sid just in case. Alright, so here I kind of overcommit to the attack. I'm trying to present like a threat here as much as possible, so I just go for kind of the overkill move. It actually drains me of AP though, which really puts me at a disadvantage that I was kind of too tunnel visioning at this point to really notice. So I'm gonna have to try to rebuild my AP after this point, and should have probably tried to use a crush armor instead. So here's pretty much the expected, LB here, but I still want to try and check Kiraga just to see. Sometimes it does a surprising amount of healing. Feels so warm. Love that LB.
I feel like the only time I see LB animations is in PvP or multi, because I have everything turned off. It's like, wake up.
So we see that charm broken. That was a smart play. I was thinking to myself, it's interesting how similarly we think and like act in our matches. Like a lot of the plays that you're making, I kind of see mirrored in the choices that I would be making. So looking at the turn count, the reason that was a smart play to break it is because his turn is next. So now he has an opportunity here to act before I try to reapply the charm or maybe go after another unit.
And I'm in a really weird situation because I have no AP, so I'm like, what do I do?
I would have probably passed at that point because of kind of maybe expecting a charm to be reapplied. Getting this charm.
I should just ran away.
Yeah, exactly. Like getting this charm off right here gives you the chance to use a skill now that you built up that AP from the auto attack. It's a 97% chance of success, but I've seen that 3% still. I mean, obviously we just saw the 5% dodge right there.
RNG.
I'm kind of waffle right there, trying to decide if I want to go up next to the pillar. I should have hit weight at the pillar because I was thinking about blocking off Sid's approach right here. Unfortunately, I didn't hit weight in time, and that allows him to move forward when he would have been out of range, except for with like maybe a crush armor. He would have been out of range of the Shadow Blade, which is what I was kind of trying to consider, but just did not make that executive decision in time.
And this is really good, smart positioning from you, right there, to block me off like that.
Yeah, but I see I'm at at 1 AP, and I'm like, ugh. So I have to decide if I just go for the auto attack or a buff, and I just commit to the auto attack.
You should have auto attacked the Ramza.
Yeah, definitely.
But now I'm in a really weird position because I can't get a shot off on my Ramza to like, uncharm him.
So yeah, the goal here is to kind of try to break the charm, or just kind of like disengage maybe, and buff back up for some hitting plays later.
Yeah. Because I figured if I move that far into disengage it, then it's a dead Frederica. So it's like, what do I want to do? And Ramza has 24 AP now, so Ramza can do something to me.
Yeah.
If I leave him unchecked.
So like, ultimately, that was a misclick. Ultimately, I would have let the turn order decide because my Ziza went before your Ramza, so any kind of charm breaking is just kind of a wasted turn because of just reapplying the charm. Which I kind of lucked out on, to be honest.
And that was your last Steel Heart, right, I think?
No, the Steel Heart has 5 uses, and I think that was my 3rd one.
Oh my god, there's 5 uses? Jeez.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? So here, I was expecting Ramza to start attacking Orlando, but he went for the Frederica with the Taunting Blade, which I was not expecting. I was actually kind of hoping to take out Sid here and then close with Frederica for the finish. And keep my Ziza kind of up in the back in case I needed to reapply the charm, but unfortunately he killed the Frederica, which is kind of less ideal for me. So now we have to deal with the Sid, who can still, he still has enough AP to kind of use the Shadow Blade regen here.
And at this point, I figure, well, you're out of AP because you just crushed armor, so I can body block with your
Yeah,
Ayaka.
yeah, so smart, man. That's such a smart play. We'll see shortly why, like, how smart it was because of the positioning. So here I'm just trying to maximize the amount of damage I can do to Sid. I'm trying to do kind of like a two-shot, maybe stack a slash chain with Sid, which is why I'm kind of going back and forth here. But ultimately, I just decided to commit to as much damage as possible just to save the amount of AP that Orlando has to spend here, especially since he's so low. So I'll go for the Tiger now. Got a nice crit there, which is...
Oh, that hits really hard.
Yeah. Thanks for that cheer, Ramza. Appreciate it. Alright, so that's a really interesting positioning right there, as we'll see shortly. He could have just decided to pass his turn, but the AI decided to pull him forward. Alright, so as you see here, so my Orlando is at 4 AP, and Ayaka is in the way, so I can't get that auto attack in for the finish. So I'm forced to kind of buff up because I don't want to break the charm.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like my only chance of making it through is getting some evades. And I was debating: do I kill your Z set to buy myself turn, or do I punch an illusion?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, my Z's are down. It hurts every time, right in the feels.
Is that the second time she did it, or the third time?
Right. I lose track sometimes. And so that's
And then
the
Ramza.
yeah, that's the surprising play by the AI using Ramza. Is he goes in with that Banishka blade, I believe, for the kill on Ziza or on Orlando. So at this point, I'm like, oh, okay. So my fears are laid to rest once he falls. I see he's at 6 AP. So now I have the chance to, like, kind of build up as much AP as I need to. I know the charm is going to last it for at least another turn. But I see that it's enough damage to take the match, so I go for it. I don't want to be like kind of like a bad sport, you know.
Oh, good game though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was definitely a fun match.
I hope you win the full tournament. Good luck.
Oh yeah,
Is it tonight?
yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're recording this today, on the eve of like the finals match. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and thanks again for joining me tonight, Chowders.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was a fun opportunity. So, also shout out to our good friend, longtime Twitch, for investing the time and energy in organizing this PvP circuit. You can find him at his Twitch channel in the description below. For anyone just tuning into my videos, I enjoy casting and commentary on live PvP matches, obviously, like you've just seen. If you're interested in involving me in one of your matches, either live streamed or recorded, or if you just like to talk about the match you just saw, just let me know in the comments. Reach out to me. I'm also available in my Twitch stream in the description below as well. Like or subscribe, obviously, if you'd like to see more like this, because I'm definitely going to try to keep them coming. And finally, see you next time. Thanks.